Since 2005, La Fuente Hollywood Treatment Center has been providing people with the tools they need to rebuild their lives free from addiction to drugs and alcohol.
The four critical areas of addiction that we address at La Fuente Hollywood Treatment Center are biological, psychological, sociological, and spiritual. Probably the most important, but also the most elusive. Let's start with biological. The human body is a very resilient organism, and because of this, it is the last area where problems are seen. Regardless, problems do arise. Abscesses can develop from intravenous use of drugs such as heroin. Teeth can fall out from meth use. We also see cirrhosis of the liver and neuropathy from long-term alcohol dependence. Patients bounce back the quickest from the biological problems. In fact, it's the area last affected and the first area to come back. That's why people, after being in treatment for only 3 to 4 weeks, suddenly think, I'm cured. They feel better physically because their withdrawal and craving symptoms have been mitigated. They are sleeping and eating like normal people. But this is just the beginning. It's a false sense of recovery, and it comes over almost everyone. Feeling physically better is great, but that does not mean they have developed the ability to manage their disease. Their psychological and social conditions must be considered, and a commitment, one day at a time, to treat these areas must be made. Now about the psychological area of the addiction. Patients after long-term use will have developed depression, anxiety, they become suicidal, and they cannot manage their compulsivity or regulate emotion. Now about the social aspect. This is the area where the person suffering from the disease gets into the pattern of not showing up for family matters, gets in trouble with the law, DUI, begins having strained relations with friends and partners, can't show up for work, and as a result, has no money and is in a financial crisis. Now let's talk about the spiritual component, an ever elusive idea. Spirituality has been defined, written about, and advocated by so many committed to making a difference in the world. For the sake of this conversation, let's view spirituality as having everything to do with how we conduct ourselves in our lives. Individuals in early remission from the disease of alcoholism or addiction have very little coping skills. While in their disease, they have also suffered from arrested development. Their lives up until this point have been hijacked by their reptilian brain. Utilizing the upper brain to work through problems, fulfill simple tasks, develop and form relationships has to catch up in most cases. How we conduct ourselves in the world has to be relearned.
La Fuente Hollywood Treatment Center. Real recovery in the real world.